Is Battlefield 6 betraying its legacy? A storm of opinions is brewing around the latest entry in the iconic series, and the debate is as intense as the gunfights in its open beta. While millions are diving into the chaos, a segment of the community is raising alarms. Why abandon your game's identity, they ask. But here's where it gets controversial. Could this backlash be a sign of evolution or a betrayal of what made Battlefield great? Let's unpack the hype, the criticism, and what it all means for fans old and new. And this is the part most people miss. The story isn't just about the game. It's about the soul of a franchise. What do you think? Sound off in the comments. The second open beta for Battlefield 6 kicked off on August 14, bringing with it a fresh wave of excitement. Newcomers and veterans alike flocked to test the waters, with the game adding the return of the beloved Rush mode, a revamped squad deathmatch, and a fourth map, Empire State, set in the heart of Brooklyn. For longtime fans like me, someone who's been playing since 2002, this beta feels like a reunion with an old friend. With the full release not until October 10, 2025, the 4-day window is a golden opportunity to soak in every detail. The numbers tell a story of unprecedented success. During the first beta, Battlefield 6 shattered records, hitting 521,079 concurrent players on Steam alone. That's not just impressive, it's a seismic shift in the gaming landscape. For context, that's more than double the all-time peak of Call of Duty, a series that's dominated the shooter genre for years. And it's not just Steam. Twitch viewership soared past 856,000, dwarfing Battlefield 2024's previous high of 346,000. By Friday, August 15th, the beta was already hosting over 322,000 players, a number that's sure to climb as the weekend progresses. But here's the twist. Not everyone's celebrating. A vocal minority has taken to Reddit and X to voice their frustrations, arguing that Battlefield 6 is straying from its roots. The Flashpoint. The return of Rush mode. For those unfamiliar, Rush is a classic Battlefield staple where one team races to plant explosives on objectives while the other defends them. It's a mode that once defined the series, especially in titles like Battlefield Bad Company, where 12v12 or 16v16 matches on console and PC were the norm. However, the implementation in Battlefield 6 has sparked a firestorm. Some players claim the mode is now too fast-paced, favoring twitch reflexes over the strategic, squad-based gameplay that made Battlefield unique. One Reddit thread with over 20,000 upvotes lambasted the shift, arguing that the developers are courting the Call of Duty crowd at the expense of Battlefield DNA. The developers haven't ignored the feedback. On August 15th, they adjusted the MCOM explosive timers from 45 to 30 seconds and fixed defender respawns at 12 seconds instead of a variable range. But will these tweaks satisfy the critics? Some argue that the backlash is short-sighted, forgetting how Rush evolved in past titles. Others, like a user on the official Battlefield subreddit, insist the mode is dead in its current form. Meanwhile, the thread titled, "Why Abandon Your Game's Identity?" has exploded with over 1,000 replies, showcasing a split in the community. One user defends the series' chaotic nature, while another, a lifelong Battlefield fan, calls the criticism insane, praising the game's fun despite the noise. So, where does this leave someone who's played Battlefield since 1942? As a 23-year veteran, I've seen the series evolve from its early days to the modern chaos of Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1. And here's my take. Battlefield 6, even in its beta form, feels unmistakably like a Battlefield game. The sound design is top-notch, the need for smart squad coordination is alive and well, and the specialists with their cheesy taglines are finally gone. Yes, there are tweaks, like the support class feeling overpowered in some matches, but that's what open betas are for. The maps, especially in Rush, need more breathing room, but I'm optimistic. DICE has promised 5 more maps at launch, and I'll reserve final judgment until then. The bigger question, though, is whether Battlefield 6 is a step forward or a step back. Some fans are already calling it the new go-to title, while others fear it's losing its identity. What's your stance? Is this evolution or erosion? Share your thoughts below. And if you've played the beta, what stood out to you? The rush of a well-coordinated attack, the frustration of a one-sided match, or something else entirely? The conversation is just heating up, and the future of Battlefield might depend on it.